what are these things that are important to you and why?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and we are meeting
We are
is
actually
now
going
live
live
on YouTube.
now. Going
Yes.
live on YouTube, and then we are also going to go live on Facebook once this is done. Hey guys, we are here. Beyonce. Yeah, this pretty girl right there. So let me share this on the chat. We want to make sure we are copying these links and sending them everywhere.
Awesome, because that's how we do it. It's the 21st century. This is what we do.
All right, so let me post it also on my Facebook page, and then we can get going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so today we are doing, just having this conversation on powered by motivation. Yeah, motivation. Beyonce, do you always feel motivated? Do you wake up every morning and you just feel hallelujah?
Of course, I'm a coach. What else?
Whatever. Just glad to be alive.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. The link to motivation, and of course I'm using the word link, but anyway, no, I don't. So the answer is, and so that's for everyone. Coach Paps, can I just ask you a question? I know we're on your live and everything, but can we introduce ourselves real quick, just in case?
Do what? An intro?
Yes, just in case some people may just be stumbling
it's
on.
It's actually 10 now. Yeah, it's 10 now. So I think we're just doing our chit chat. But now, have you already posted it? Because now I'm just posting this link on my Facebook, and it really looks good.
Yeah, I just did you post what I just sent you onto my Facebook?
Join us live.
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram. Okay.
All right. Yeah, so we are good to go. Yeah, so welcome Coach Beyonce and welcome Paps. Yeah, we are so glad to have both of you. That is my third persona. Yeah, and yeah, and we are here to have yet another conversation on Powered by Purpose. Yeah, this series has been going on. If you've missed out on anything, please run to Coach Beyonce's Instagram and Facebook to just catch the previous conversations we've had. Yeah, she's been a very wonderful host. So today we have a return match and we are here. Yeah, so Coach Beyonce, what is the biggie about Powered by Purpose? And first of all, tell us about yourself and the amazing things you do.
Yes.
Step up and become their powered selves.
Yes. Well, I'm going to tell you first, my little disclaimer is that I have a lot of noises going on around me. So Coach Paps, you may have to speak a little bit louder. I got the birds chirping and I got some workers in here now too. So anyway, hello everyone. I am Coach Beyonce. I help high achieving women and men who are feeling unfulfilled, stuck, and frustrated to overcome obstacles so they can launch their dream businesses or careers, or really the life that they truly desire. We are here today talking about, overall, our theme is powered by purpose. And that makes us both so excited about this. Each week, this is series 3. Each week, we've been dealing with a topic related to that theme. So the theme powered by purpose. And each week we've been having a topic. Let me see if I can recap. Series 1 was our stories. We had technical difficulties that week, but we each talked about our purpose story, a little bit about our journey and how we got there. Series 2 was the power of placement, talking about us being in a position for our purpose. And welcome, this is now series 3, which we started part 1 on Saturday, and this is a continuation of it. Series 3 is the power of motivation. So we're so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be here and talk about this with you today, Coach Paps. And that's what I got. What do you got, Coach Paps? Ooh, knock it over to you.
Okay. Yeah. So my name is Paps Onyugi, and I love saying I'm your partner in creating the life you desire and deserve. Yeah, and I am a confidence coach, and the 3 areas we explore is purpose clarity. Number 2 is living unapologetically, unapologetic confidence. Yeah, where you're like, yeah, I blew it. Yeah, I have my drama, but here I am. And then number 3, inner wellness, so that you are whole emotionally and you are living significantly regardless of what has happened in the past. Yeah, you're just able to pick yourself up and keep going. Yeah, and we are so excited to be having this conversation because I think purpose is the core of everyone. Just being able to know like my life mattered and to be intentional about making it matter. And that is why we are having these conversations about powered by purpose and how purpose can really be powerful, empowering each one of us forward. Yeah, and so Coach Vuyanzi will start us off. Today we are on power of motivation, the power of motivation, how powerful motivation can be in helping you achieve your purpose. And so Coach Vuyanzi, blow us away.
Okay, no pressure. So basically, Coach Paps, the one thing that when I started off part 1 was I started off by telling everyone to write down. And so those of you who missed part 1, this is your chance right now in part 2 to write down the top 3 things, people, places, things that are most important to you. Just starting there. Something, and while you're doing that, let me just kind of go back here. One of the things Coach Paps asked me in our chit chat was, do you just wake up, hallelujah, and just go on and get motivated? But listen, if I were to say yes, I would be, first of all, lying, number 1. Number 2, just being completely inside honest, right? A lot of times you see us as coaches and you're thinking they must wake up like that. They must wake up motivated every day. Oh my gosh, give us some motivation. Let me tell you something. Being motivated is a conscious decision because it's not because I feel so good and so great waking up in the morning. But I directly link it to number 1, a decision, and number 2, gratefulness. It may sound like it has nothing to do with anything, but for those of you who are listening, gratefulness, it raises the level of vibration and how we feel. So those days that we're feeling in the gutter, ladies, whether it's a PMS, whether it's cramps, sometimes we just wake up and just not feel blah. The kids are knocking at the door, they're coming in the bath. You're like, geez, can I just go by myself? You're not feeling motivated. But then you just start thinking about what you're grateful for, because that starts to raise things up. What am I grateful for? Maybe you feel like it's nothing, but you know what? I'm grateful I have all the toenails on my toes, because some people don't. I don't know. You start looking for the little things. I'm grateful that I'm able to speak right now, because not everyone has that. I'm grateful that I can just see out the window. The cat is meowing outside my door. Okay, I'm grateful that I can hear that cat, even though it's getting on my nerves, but I'm grateful. So raising the level of vibration and saying, so first making that decision, somehow I will be motivated today. Number 2, let me begin with gratefulness, because the gratefulness for me, Coach Paps, begins to usher me into the higher level of being powered by motivation. Coach Paps, what are your thoughts? How do you wake up in the morning? Because I'm sure you have none of those problems that we all have, but tell us about the power of motivation.
Really? Yeah, you're right. I don't have those problems. I don't know what you're talking about, Vuyanzi. Yeah. Anyway, just kidding. I think I am someone who really, really struggles with seeing the cup half empty. Yeah, like I'm always thinking what didn't go right. And it's because one of my strengths is achiever. Yeah, so probably it's either 100% or nothing. Like I really score myself poorly by the end of the day. And I really love what you said about the power of gratitude. Yeah, because I remember I had a gratitude journal when January began. Then I will just I will use a magnifying glass to try and look for something good that happened. Sometimes there was nothing, according to Paps. Yeah, but just looking closer, you'll realize, yeah, but there were some little miracles. There was something that was right today, and I think gratitude, and especially intentional gratitude and looking for gratitude in our lives is really, really, really motivating, so that you always sleep on a positive mode. I'll actually realize the reason, like I'll realize the effect of having the gratitude journal every day before I went to bed. I would wake up positive more than how I used to in the past. And so if you're a high energy person, high achiever, you like having things together, yeah, there are those days that you feel like there's nothing really that happened today. And gratitude will always make you realize that, yeah, I'm just grateful I stayed alive. I'm just grateful I'm in one piece. Yeah, I can fight a better fight tomorrow. Because sometimes motivation can really, really, really go low, especially when things are not going the way we have before. And there are so many setbacks in life, so many disappointments, so many detours, so many things that I thought I had together, and then I realized I had nothing really. And those days when they come, it's very easy to give up. And Vuyanzi, I have ever woken up one morning and I was like, you know what? It's never that serious. I should just throw in this coaching thing and then look for a job. I mean, just be normal, be human, you know? Yeah, like how did you even end up here? So broke and everything, And there are those days that will come for everyone who even discover their purpose. And so it's not just about that I'm blank on my purpose. One day I'll be brilliant on my purpose. I have a clear picture and I'll be feeling not motivated, especially when I'm not getting results. And how did I come back? It's because I had a deep down conviction in terms of how God has used me, people that have been transformed, all those stories, all those successes. And I can imagine that is probably what David faced the day he was standing before Goliath. He was reciting the past. The God who helped me to be the bear and the lion. He's talking about the past victories. And sometimes that is how you also stay motivated to just realize I've ever won battles, so I'm not a total loser. Yeah, this is just a loss, but I'm not a loser. Yeah, and so that puts you back on this fighting mode, and then you're facing Goliath, the person that everyone is scared of. And you're like, yeah, come here. I'm going to handle you. Over to you, Vuyanzi. More thoughts?
Yes, as I'm enjoying, I'm just enjoying what you're saying. I'm like, oh yeah, I have to speak too. So no, absolutely. Just that motivation. What is it? Like you talked about, David. What was his motivation? Maybe when he was a shepherd. What was his motivation when he was a soldier? What was his motivation when he was the king's right hand man? What was the motivation when he became the king? Right. So we look at our stage of life. And it goes back to even when I asked all of you to write the top 3 most important things to you, people, places, things, whatever it is, the top 3. Because today, maybe those things that are important to you may not have been the same things that were important to you, let's say 15 years ago, right? So looking at, first of all, what is important to me, and you know where I'm going with this. Now, when you begin to look at them, why? Why are these things important? So many times we're operating, right? We're operating, we're moving, we're occupying, we're just doing what we do daily. But what is, like Simon Sinek, that book that says, start with the why. Because that why is that driver, is that motivation, is that keeps you going. So what is your why? And let me tell you something. I had to redo this just a few years ago when my children came of adult age, because the way my why, really when they graduated college, like the way my why looked when they were, 5, 10, even 15 years old, looked different once they were like over 20. So what is the thing that begins to drive us? And I would encourage everyone watching this live, watching this later, to, of course, make sure you type in what those top 3 things are, but also to yourself, get a journal and write why these things are important to you. And I'm just going to go one more step, Coach Paps, to even think about where you feel that why, if you will, in your body. Like scanning your body for where it means the most to you. I tend to go to my heart because that's what I am. I'm like this heart person. Like I feel things here, but I know sometimes I've worked with, they go to their head. It's important to me intellectually, whatever it might be. It's important what I'm here, wherever it is. It may be your right knee for some reason, whatever it is, but feel in your body where that why, where that feeling for that why is generated. And begin to kind of scribble down some notes. What do you feel? What do you feel when you feel that thing that you're motivated by? Does it make you happy? Does it make you exhilarated? Does it just make you, not just, let me be quiet, let me be careful here, maybe satisfied, and that's enough for you. So starting to even think about those things and what you can do to really generate and get to your why, which is equal to your motivation. Coach Paps?
Wow, that's very profound, Vuyanzi. And like I was just thinking about the word motivation, there's motive, yeah, before the Asian. And so motive is everything. The reason you'll stay motivated is how, why did you start? Why do you do what you do? And even myself coming to that place of burnout a few years ago and just wondering whether coaching is my thing. Should I just go and sell some mangoes in the market and just become Mama Mangoes? You know, the reason I came back was the why. Why did I start? I was so sure this is what God wanted me to do. This is what I'm wired to do. This is how I'm most productive. Why? Look at all those women whose lives have been transformed and all those children. Why? And you keep on asking why. And you know what? In psychology, they tell us you should not ask a client why, especially in a therapy session, because that is judging them, you know? But you need to judge yourself. You need to judge yourself every day. Yeah, just call yourself out for your motives in everything you do. Call yourself out because we all know our intentions. You know why you do everything you do. And so learn to question your motives, learn to make sure that you're doing things from the right perspective for the right reasons. And then you will never have to bother about running out on motivation. Because if your why is deep enough, you'll always bounce back. Mm-hmm. Back to you.
I just, you can hear me now, hopefully. I just, as you're talking, motivation, motive, I even this weekend, this is like a just happened story. There was some things or some even, listen, we're business women. Sometimes our potential clients, sometimes we have to let go of them and say, you know what, it may not be for now. And we even have to recognize, because you say, well, what is our intention? If we feel like after a while questioning, if this client, potential client isn't creating that energy where we're going back and forth, or this potential client really isn't responding, or it seems like they've lost interest or whatever it is. Now, if I'm going and I'm going and I'm going and I'm trying to call, I need to stop. And I just need to say why. Because if it's anything other than what I believe it should be, maybe it's time for that moment to cut it off. It doesn't mean never, but it means recognize timing even in our motivations. So even it was a lesson in motivation, because I did ask myself, Vuyanzi, what's the motivation here? And that's when about five potential clients, I said, no. I'll follow up in 6 months. We're business people, so it hurts a little bit when you're like, I'm gonna stop calling this person. I just like to keep stuff very real with the audiences, being very transparent. However, what you say is what my motivation is. And if it's not fully feeling like it's in alignment with who I am and what I do, then I got to cut it off and make room for God, the divine source, whatever you want to say, to bring in what is supposed to be at that moment, at that appointed time. So motivation is huge. And as we come up on 1016, I want to ask Coach Paps, anything you want to say about that? And also if you want to tell folks about something that may be coming up as well that they might be interested in.
Oh yeah, you need to jump in because we shall be having this amazing conversation on Zoom. This is in 2 weeks on a Saturday evening, as we just chat through the power of you. Because without you, all these conversations aren't going anywhere. And so we need to look at you as the game changer in everything in our lives. And concerning our impact and concerning our motivation, it's all about you. Yeah, and we are here for you as well. That is why we are having these lives. Yeah, to just unpack and share our lives, because it's been a journey for us and we are excited to help other people with their journeys and to just join you and come alongside. Yeah, and so this will be on 26th. Yeah, let me just check. Yeah, 26th. Yeah, we shall be coming live, yeah, from 7 to 9 to just have this conversation, 7 to 8. Yeah, we shall be jumping on and then have this conversation. Make sure you sign up. We shall be sending out a link, yeah, to just know who is coming, because we have very limited slots. Yeah, and want to just hang out, yeah, and have a conversation on the power of you and all these perspectives. And it shall be exciting because we shall be using some coaching tools, yeah, to just make sure you live there with some impact. and some deep thoughts and some reflections, and it's just something to help you start somewhere. Yeah, Coach Beyonce, anything else?
Yeah, I
As we
just
bring this to
also,
landing. Mhm.
yeah, just really quickly, I'll say this, especially I want to call out my United States people, East Coast. This is evening for East African time. That means it's afternoon for all of you on a Saturday afternoon. And many of you still aren't going out because of COVID. So many of you are still just hanging out in the house. You know, I'm just talking real, I already know. So make sure that you are on here too. What an amazing opportunity that this is, that we are having. Basically, yes, I'm here in Kenya, but like the perspective and the power, we talk about the power of you, both of us bringing our A games, the both of us bringing the power of us, United States, Kenya, coming together to be like Wonder Twin Powers, activate, making it huge and a big, powerful event for all of you to come. And what are we doing? We're doing this one complimentary for people to come in. Also, you can get to know us. Many of you see us on these lives. Maybe you know Coach Paps, but you don't know me. Maybe you know me, but you don't know Coach Paps. What a wonderful opportunity to also get to know us as well as yourself, the power of you. So June 26th, I think we're saying 7 East Africa time, which means 7 p.m. East Africa time, which means 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. So make sure you're coming on too. No excuses. Many of you have been wondering what I'm doing. Hey, I'm here now. Come join us.
Yeah, please come join us. And I think we are going to sign off. That was a wonderful morning together. Yeah, and I pray that you shall have a motivated week. That is why we're having this conversation on Monday, to just make sure that it lands correctly. Yeah, and keep it here on Saturdays, 10 a.m. We shall just be communicating. Mondays are also good days to have these conversations. Yeah, and we are here. We want to see you become the best version of yourself and thrive in what God made you to become. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
say
everyone.
adios now.
Yeah, this is Monday motivation for you guys. The part 2 wound up being great for a Monday motivation. So it couldn't have been better. So thank you, everyone, for joining, and we'll see you soon.